but not that. Hi, Golden Nugget Weight Loss Challenge participants. We are super excited that you chose to make a decision to improve your health this year by trying to lose a little bit of weight. It's the time of year for that, New Year's resolutions and all, or goal setting, or something I saw a lot on social media. Why is my thing not on? Is my camera's not on? But I don't know how to fix it. Hold on. Fix that. There we go. Hi there. Something I saw a lot on social media this year, as far as like, instead of like New Year's resolution alternatives, was like a word for the year. Like, what's your word? I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, I don't know, debt-free or finances or health or wellness or family. Yeah. Thankfulness. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves. I'm Jennifer, and
Dina.
We're the nutrition coaches at Bandit CrossFit. Super happy that y'all joined us today, and we're going to try to make this short and sweet. Somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes will be our goal, and there'll be an opportunity at the end. If you happen to be watching this live, you can ask us some questions. If not, we'll give our information so that you can reach out if we can be of any kind of service to you. We are partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition, and at Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe that something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. If you, in this weight loss challenge, possibly Googled diet, you might have come up with something like close to 5 billion results that populated. And I feel like that number goes up all the time because there's always a new book or a new diet or some new fad out there. It seems like we are approached every other week with someone trying to get us to buy their product for a quick fix. You see friends posting about the latest diet that they found, claiming you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days. The problem is that 30 pounds in 30 days is not realistic and it's not sustainable. We live in this microwave society, or this like drive-through society, that we feel like everything we want, you can get, it's instant fix, instant results. So over the years, we have helped so many people find the healthiest version of themselves. And that's an important thing to note too, the healthiest version of yourself. What's healthy for somebody else may not be healthy for you, and what's their ideal weight may not be the ideal weight for you. But we've learned 3 important things along the way. Number 1 is you need something simple. If it's easy to stick with, then you'll stick with it. If it's easy to stick with, you'll stick with it. The more restrictive that the plan or program is, the less likely you will have long-term success. Number 2 is that you need support. And we'll talk about this a little bit later. But you also need to track, because success leads to motivation. And I'm not just necessarily talking about you need to track your food. You need to track your progress, so that because success breeds motivation, and motivation breeds consistency, and consistency leads to results. Okay. All right. We are super busy as a society. Right. And you can't pour from an empty cup. You only get one body. We only get one shot at this lifetime. So here's the deal. Your life, your relationships, and your health status isn't going to change unless you decide to make a change. And that's great, because y'all have all decided to make a change, to try to lose some weight. So we just want to give you some tips and tricks today to help you with that.
Well, first, let's talk a little bit about our nutrition program. We are powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition, and we've helped over 30,000 people around the world take control of their health. Here's a few of their success stories and things they have to say. Today, I want to talk about 3 trends all of these success stories have in common that have helped them to get off medications and live their healthiest life. Let's play a game. What do you think the top 3 things are that they had in common? We'll pause for a second. Let you think about that. Number 1 is their mindset. You have to shift your mindset and focus on one thing at a time. We are surrounded by diets and quick fixes. Health and nutrition doesn't work like that. The first thing that everyone had in common was their mindset. We live in a world focused on diet culture. We are surrounded by diets and quick fixes. Research shows that when you focus on one habit at a time, you are 80% more likely to retain that habit for well over a year. When you try to focus on 2 or 3 things at a time, it decreases to less than 5%.
It's a big difference.
That is a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Think back to the last diet you tried. How many things did you try to change? More than one? You didn't have success. You didn't have the right mindset for success. So step 1 is to slow down and focus on one habit at a time.
Mm-hmm. You may be shocked to hear that shifting your mindset is the first step, because most people think that to reach your goal, you need macros or you need this fancy meal plan. But giving you a piece of paper is not going to teach you to stay on track or how to manage your triggers and change your lifestyle. 2 out of 3 people will regain the weight that they worked so hard to lose. So what we all really need is a lifestyle, not another diet. Lifestyle seems so vague. So what does it mean and why does it matter? Take a look at this framework here. All of these things are related and work together. Your stress, your sleep, your exercise, your nutrition, your lifestyle, and the support system. Let me give you an example. Who feels like you really need your sleep? Definitely. But I have had a lot of my clients tell me that I only need 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
How many of you are functioning on somewhere around 4 or 5 hours of sleep on average a night? I know a lot of y'all are night shift workers, so that complicates your sleep schedule, especially if you have a family and you're trying to balance, they're awake during the day and you probably need to attend some of those things. You might not realize it, but lack of sleep will have an effect on your ability to handle stress, to handle food cravings, exercise, and recovery. When you don't sleep, your cortisol level, that's a hormone that's produced, is elevated. And leptin, which tells your brain that you are full, is decreased. So you have this cortisol level that goes up and this leptin level that comes down. And then you have another hormone involved in all this, and that's the ghrelin hormone. And that makes you hungry. And that is increased when you don't sleep enough. So you are more stressed, less satisfied, and more hungry if you're not getting enough sleep. So make sure you take note of these 6 things here, and maybe one that stands out to you that you struggle with the most is where you want to start with step 1 in your journey. Okay.
To shift your mindset and lifestyle, we need to consider your inner thoughts. Your thoughts become reality. What you pay attention to becomes reality. Let me give you an example. Let's say you buy a new car. It's a black Jeep. Now, every time you drive, there are Jeeps. Did everyone go and buy a Jeep, or are you just being more aware of the Jeeps that are on the road? The same thing goes through your thoughts. If you are negative, you will think more about the negativity. We are hardwired to think about the negative. It takes effort to think about the positive.
For sure.
One way to make an effort is by starting your day with gratitude and ending your day with gratitude and repeating positive affirmations.
I was listening to a podcast on the way here this morning about your thoughts. And if I remember right, the statistics are we have like 80,000 thoughts on our own a day. And out of those 80,000, like 80% are negative. So like when you're hanging around with yourself all day, it's kind of like you're around this big jerk that's just negative. And so you have to work really hard on your mindset, your positivity. Here's another thing. Definitely at the beginning of this challenge, I hope that y'all get to watch this in the beginning of your weight loss journey, but think about your why. Why do you want to lose the weight? And then kind of this like transformational thinking, like when you lose that amount of weight, think about what your life will be like. Like, where are you? Who do you see? Who's with you? What are you wearing? What are you doing?
How do you feel?
Yeah. How do you feel? And then also like, okay, what if I don't lose the weight? Where am I at? What am I doing? How do I feel? How do I look? What am I wearing? Who am I with? And just write a little letter to yourself and put it somewhere where you'll see it every day so that you see the goal. And more importantly, you see the why behind that goal. Progress isn't a straight line. It takes time, and focusing on your why every day. That's where kind of having some accountability and that support system comes in, because you're going to do really good.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a dip. Like progress is not, it's not this like straight line. It's this little with, mountains and valleys. So to shift your mindset, you need to know what success looks like to you and why it's important to you. I'm going to attach this. That's what it's going to look like. So you kind of have a place here where you can write your goal. And then I can't see the rest of this, why you want to accomplish it and how it'll feel when you get there. Okay. Just wanted to stick that in there. Step 2.
Step 2 is find your tribe. This is so important. The second thing that those successful people have in common is that they have the right people in their corner. We aren't meant to do this life or this journey alone. You need people who are going to be there to support you. It's why finding your tribe is so important. So I want you to take a look with who you surround yourself with and write down the five people that you spend the most time with. Do they support you? Are they encouraging? And if they're not, then you need to find better people to
or at least seek
yeah.
out some people that are like-minded for you during this time while you're trying to lose weight. Try to find some other people that have that same goal and that same why behind it so that you can kind of spur each other on and lift each other up when the going gets tough. You're the average of those 5 people that you spend the most time with. So are they positively or negatively impacting your progress towards your goals? Choose wisely and identify who you want to be on your side in this journey. When we look at our clients who have lost the most weight and kept it off, they all had a tribe of people who were supporting them. So don't underestimate the value of community.
Step number 3 is to take action. Those who are successful don't just wish, they do. This is by far the toughest part. You can write all your goals down and think about it all day long, but unless you actually do something, you're not going to get anywhere. If you did steps 1 and 2, it's going to be a lot easier for you to take action. When you start saying no to the wrong things, it's easier to say yes to the right things. What will you do to take action today?
Yep. Your habits become your routine and your routine becomes your lifestyle. So are your daily habits moving you towards your goal or away from your goal? For most of us, we have great intentions, but there are roadblocks, temptations, and something that always gets in the way. Think about when you build a house. A house is built on a solid foundation. Super important down here where we have these hurricanes and flooding all the time. Build your house on the rock, right? But the foundation is layered and then like it builds on that brick by brick. So the same thing goes for your life. Your daily habits are the foundation that you're laying to help you achieve your goals. Okay. Now, this is where we get to the part that is really going to help you guys with those habits to pick one of these things to kind of start with. So the first principle is adding more whole foods into your diet. I'll let you carry on with the next one of how that works.
So you need to start by choosing whole food options that are less processed and they aren't going to be packed with sodium, fat, or sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate with the plate method. So you're going to do half a plate of non-starchy vegetables, a fourth a plate of lean protein like chicken or fish, and a fourth a plate of starchy carbs and a mindful healthy fats. That's probably one of the most important things.
So on that half a plate, you can see in the picture there, we've got things like cauliflower and asparagus, lettuce, tomatoes, broccoli, carrots, peppers. What are some other things that you put in that? We like spinach at my house, like spinach salads or even sauteed spinach, Brussels sprouts. Cauliflower is an albino green vegetable. So if you think about your green vegetables, green beans would be ones to go in there. And so Dina mentioned chicken and fish, shrimp, lean pork and lean beef fit in that little quarter section of your plate. And then the other quarter is things like potatoes, rice, your starchier like squashes and stuff like that would go there. Grains, your whole grains, basically. And then off to the side there's a little oil and a little avocado. So your healthy fats, you want to treat, they don't get a place on your plate. They're like a condiment to add and about the size of your thumb for ladies that are wanting to lose weight and maybe 2 thumbs for guys that are wanting to lose weight. So very mindful of your fats and maybe even not adding it. I don't really add fats to my meals because I typically cook my vegetables with a little bit of olive oil,
Right.
or my, my meat is cooked in a little bit of one of the two. Second principle is focusing on balance. So if you're putting all of those foods in the plate method, then you are finding balance. But in addition to that, when you're snacking, you want to have a protein, carb, and a fat. So I think like some quick go-to snacks, things like a cheese stick and some grapes, because the cheese has fat and protein in it, and the grapes would be your carbohydrate. Meat sticks, like turkey sticks and fruit, work well. Greek yogurt is a good snack. Add some berries to it or something. Or if you're buying something on the go, just looking at that nutrition label and making sure that there is some protein, carb, and fat in that, and paying attention to the ingredients, because the next principle I'll let Dina tell you about is sugar.
Yes. We want you to limit the amount of added sugar you consume daily. And that kind of goes back to like the Greek yogurt. Pay close attention to your labels, because they'll sneak in a lot of stuff. But the AHA recommends no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar for women and 9 for men. There are 10.6 teaspoons in one soda. The average person consumes over 150 pounds of sugar per year. That's a lot. And it's roughly 46 teaspoons per day.
That's a lot.
It's not surprising. Sugar is super addicting and feels hidden in almost every food and product that you see today.
Yeah. When you're looking at those nutrition labels too, when you're looking at the ingredients list under the nutrition label, those first few things that are listed is what's the most of in that. So if it does have sugar in it, hopefully it's at the bottom of the list. And then also on the nutrition facts, you can look at whether it's added sugar or not, because that makes a big difference in, like if it's something that has fruit in it, it's going to have naturally occurring sugars, which your body processes different than the added sugars. Here's the deal. There's never a perfect time to get started. However, it is the perfect time for you because you just signed up for a challenge. There's always something that will get in the way, though. You have to commit yourself. Your transformation starts with you doing these 3 things: shifting your focus, identifying your tribe, and taking action, picking one of those kind of healthy habits, the principles, and starting there. If you're thinking this all sounds great, but I don't even know where to start, or I just need someone to help me create a realistic plan and to help hold me accountable, we have programs here at Bandit CrossFit that we would be super glad to help you with. Our nutrition coaching program focuses on these things. I'll let you list these.
Yeah, so here we focus on a habit-based approach where, just like she said earlier about the foundation of a house, we'll kind of build step by step. It's not a fad, it's sustainable. It's something that we're going to teach you things that you can take with you for the rest of your life. It's guided. We will be with you every step of the way, every single week, if that's what you need. It is tested and it is proven.
Yep. These are just a couple of our recent, a couple of these girls did a nutrition challenge, and these are their success stories. I can't get my slides to come over anymore. Hold tight. It's in the way. Since you signed up for this wellness challenge at the Golden Nugget, we are offering you guys to come in to the gym here and do a free in-body scan and consult. If you don't know what an in-body scan is,
it's
machine, a scale.
A scale you stand on.
But it gives you a more accurate look or view at what all of that, like when you weigh on a scale, you get a number. Let's just pick 150 pounds. Okay. But you have no idea what that 150 pounds is. Like how much of that is fat, how much of that is muscle, how much is your water. And that's what the in-body scan tells you. It'll give you your skeletal muscle mass, and it'll give you your percent body fat. It'll also tell you if you have more muscle and more fat in your right arm or your left arm, your right leg, left leg. If you're holding on to it in your trunk, it'll also give you a reading of your visceral fat, which is that fat that accumulates around your organs and can lead to like lifestyle diseases later in life, like diabetes and heart disease and stuff like that. So it's a super interesting thing. And we'll offer you one for free. Of course, it would be great to get that done at the beginning of the scan so that you could come back at the end and kind of see how well you did.
And even during, I think this
to kind of spur you around, spur you on to keep going. Yeah, because success breeds motivation to keep going. In my weight loss journey, that's what I had to have. I had to get on every day and just see, a little bit of
Mhm.
progress. Yeah. Or at least once a week. They tell you not to weigh every day because it can be discouraging because your water weight fluctuates,
Yes,
especially
yes.
as women. But the same day and the same time, like
It kinda
once a week is good.
Keeps you going.
Because it takes a little while to see the difference in the mirror. You'll see it first in your
It's
clothes.
always negative.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would love to meet y'all too and
Yes.
kind of give you a little chat of what your in-body looks like and maybe help you pick some habits to start with.
Mhm.
So I hope y'all got something out of this and we hope to see y'all and meet y'all soon. There's a little quote here. The only impossible journey is the one that you never begin. And I also heard a great quote on another podcast I was listening to about today is a new day and tomorrow is too. I like that. Like, even if I mess up today, tomorrow's a new day.
Yep.
And even if I messed up yesterday, today is still a new day. Today's a new day and tomorrow is too. So if you get discouraged on this journey, just know you can always start again as long as we're given another day.
Yep.
Yep.
That is so true.
All right.
We
It was
hope to see
great to
y'all
have
soon.
y'all. Bye.
Good luck.